Listen to me, some of you are still stuck because you keep looking over your shoulder, waiting for somebody to clap before you move. You're checking your phone for encouragement. You're waiting for your family to understand. You're hoping your friends will finally support your dream. But what if they never do? What if the very people you thought would push you stay silent? What if nobody shows up? See, that's where most people fold. That's where average is born, in the gap between I could. But nobody believes in me. Let me tell you something you might not want to hear. Nobody owes you support. Nobody owes you belief. Nobody owes you energy for a vision that wasn't given to them. It was given to you. And if you keep waiting for approval, you will die with potential still inside you. Greatness is lonely at the beginning. There is no parade for starting. There is no trophy for trying. There is just you, your fear, your doubt, and a decision. Some of you want everybody to understand your path before you take the first step. But people don't believe what they don't see, and they don't see what you haven't built yet. So while you're waiting for them to understand, time is moving. Opportunities are passing. Your life is being spent, and the dream, it's suffocating, not because it's impossible, but because you refuse to move without witnesses. Can I be real with you? The lion doesn't need permission from the jungle to hunt. The sun doesn't ask the sky if it can rise. And you don't need a committee meeting to become who you were born to be. Stop negotiating with your purpose. Stop polling people who have never done what you're trying to do. Stop shrinking your vision so it makes other people comfortable. Because here's the truth, when you start moving without support, something powerful happens. You stop performing for people and start producing for results. You stop talking so much and start working more. You stop explaining yourself and start proving yourself. And while everybody else is debating, criticizing, or doubting your building, there will be nights when it feels unfair. When you wish somebody would just say, "I'm proud of you." When you wish someone would help carry the weight. But those are the moments that forge something inside you that applause never could. Self-respect, discipline, inner fire, the kind of strength that doesn't disappear when people walk away. And don't get it twisted. The same people who ignore you now will try to celebrate you later. The same people who didn't call will want front row seats when you win. But by then, you won't need it. Because you will have learned how to clap for yourself, how to push yourself, how to pick yourself up off the floor with nobody watching. You don't need a crowd to start. You need courage. You don't need consensus. You need commitment. You don't need everybody to believe. You just need to refuse to quit. Because once you realize that the only approval required is your own decision to move, you become dangerous, unstoppable, free. So if nobody is cheering for you right now, good. If nobody understands your vision, good. If you feel like you're walking this road by yourself, perfect. That means you're not following the crowd. You're creating a path. Stop waiting. Stop asking. Stop hoping somebody will come rescue you. Move even if you have to move alone. Some of you are afraid of being alone because you think silence means something is wrong. You think isolation means you're losing, that you've been forgotten, that somehow you've fallen behind. But what if I told you the exact opposite is true? What if the very season you're trying to escape is the one that's building the version of you that can't be broken? See, noise feels good, company feels safe, but strength is born where there is nobody else to lean on. When you're alone, there are no distractions to hide behind, no one to blame, no one to carry your responsibility. It's just you and the truth about who you are right now, and that can be uncomfortable, that can be scary. Because in that quiet, you hear the doubts louder, you feel the weight heavier, you see the gaps between where you are and where you want to be. But that's also where transformation starts, not in comfort, not in crowds, but in confrontation with yourself. Understand this. Pressure is not punishment, it's preparation. The same fire that melts plastic forges steel. The same darkness that makes some people panic is the space where others sharpen their vision. When you're by yourself, you learn discipline not because someone is watching, but because you refuse to betray your own future. You wake up early not for applause, but because your goals demand it. You keep going when it's boring, when it's repetitive, when nobody would even know if you stopped. And that is where real power is built. Everybody loves to talk about winning, but nobody talks about the lonely work that makes winning possible. The mornings when the alarm goes off and there's no one to push you out of bed. The nights when you're exhausted, but you choose to continue anyway. The weekends when the world is celebrating and you're still grinding in silence. That's not loneliness, that's training camp for greatness. And let me tell you something else. Solitude removes comparison. When you're constantly surrounded by people, you measure your progress against theirs. You doubt your pace, you question your path, but when you step into isolation with purpose, the only competition left is the person you were yesterday. You stop chasing validation and start chasing growth. You stop performing and start becoming. In that quiet space, you also discover what you're really made of. Not who you pretend to be, not who people expect you to be, but who you are when nobody is looking. Can you stay consistent without recognition? Can you stay focused without reminders? Can you stay hungry without external pressure? If the answer becomes yes, then you're no longer fragile, you're forged. Some of you think you need motivation to keep going. No, what you need is identity. When you decide that this is who you are, disciplined, relentless, unshakable, then being alone doesn't weaken you, it strengthens you. It becomes your workshop, your laboratory, your proving ground. While others are entertained, you are evolving. While others are distracted, you are developing. While others are comfortable, you are becoming dangerous. Don't run from the quiet season. Don't numb it, don't fill it with noise, don't escape it, lean into it. Use it because one day, when the lights are bright and the pressure is public, you will not panic. You will not fold, you will not break. Why? Because you've already faced harder battles in rooms where nobody even knew your name. So if life has you in a season where it feels like it's just you, good. If it feels silent, good. If it feels like you're being hidden instead of celebrated, even better. Seeds grow underground before they ever break the surface. You're not buried, you're being built. There is a different kind of confidence that comes when you realize nobody is coming to save you, and you don't need them to. I'm not talking about loud confidence, not the kind that has to announce itself, not the kind that shows off on social media. I'm talking about quiet, unshakable confidence, the kind that's built when you've had to pick yourself up over and over again with no backup, no safety net, no applause. The kind that says, whatever happens, I'll figure it out. See, when you always have someone to lean on, you never fully discover your own strength. But when life backs you into a corner and it's just you, no rescue plan, no comfort squad, no guarantees something wakes up inside you. Survival mode turns into warrior mode, excuses disappear, complaining loses its appeal, because you understand that if you don't move, nothing moves. And every time you solve a problem alone, every time you push through fear by yourself, every time you keep going when quitting would be easier, you deposit something into your spirit. Not money, not recognition, evidence, proof that you can handle hard things, proof that pain didn't destroy you, proof that pressure didn't break you, and that evidence becomes confidence that nobody can take away. Because it wasn't given to you, you earned it. Some of you are waiting to feel confident before you act, but confidence doesn't come first, action comes first. Struggle comes first. Failure comes first. Confidence is the reward for surviving what you thought would crush you. It's born on the other side of "I didn't know how, but I did it anyway." When you rely on yourself, fear starts to lose its grip. Not because fear disappears, but because you've faced it before and lived. You've walked into uncertainty and found your way out. You've been tired, overwhelmed, doubted, stretched to your limit, and you're still here. So the next time life throws something at you, you don't panic like you used to. You don't freeze like you used to. You stand there with a calm that confuses people because they don't see the battles that trained you. Self-reliance also changes how you see obstacles. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you start asking, "What is this teaching me?" Instead of looking for someone to remove the weight, you start building the strength to carry it, and eventually, what used to intimidate you becomes routine. What used to stop you becomes just another step. There's also freedom in knowing you don't have to chase approval. When you've carried yourself through storms alone, opinions lose power, criticism doesn't paralyze you. Rejection doesn't define you, because you already proved to yourself that your progress doesn't depend on permission. You don't need everyone to like you, understand you, or agree with you. You just need to stay in motion. And here's the dangerous part. Once you know you can survive alone, you stop settling. You stop tolerating environments that shrink you. You stop clinging to people who drain you. You stop choosing comfort over growth. Because deep down, you know you can walk away and still be okay. That's power, not domination over others, but mastery over yourself. This kind of confidence doesn't shout, it doesn't beg for attention, it doesn't crumble under pressure. It's steady, it's grounded. It's the look in someone's eyes that says, "I've been through things you can't see, and I'm still standing." It's the calm in chaos. The focus in distraction, the persistence when everyone else quits. So if you've been forced to carry your own weight, if you've had to fight battles without reinforcements, if you've had to believe in yourself when nobody else did, don't resent that journey. Respect it, because it built a version of you that cannot be easily shaken, easily manipulated, or easily stopped. You are not fragile anymore. You are forged. Now listen carefully, because this is where most people separate themselves from greatness without even realizing it. Everybody wants to shine when the lights come on, but very few are willing to grind when the room is dark. Everybody wants the recognition, the applause, the respect, but they don't want the process that happens in obscurity. They don't want the early mornings when nobody is watching, the late nights when nobody is checking, the long stretches where it feels like nothing you do is being noticed. But that unseen work, that is where empires are actually built. If you can only perform when someone is looking, you don't have discipline, you have dependency. Real discipline is doing what must be done even when there is zero external reward, no compliments, no likes, no encouragement, just a decision that your future matters more than your current comfort. Because the truth is, success doesn't start on stages, it starts in silence. It starts in empty rooms, in quiet routines, in repetition that nobody celebrates. There will be seasons where it feels like you're pouring energy into a void. You're working, learning, improving, sacrificing, and nothing seems to change. No breakthroughs, no sudden wins, no visible progress. That's the test, not of talent, not of intelligence, but of endurance. Can you stay committed when results are delayed? Can you keep showing up when motivation fades? Can you trust the process when the process feels invisible? Most people quit right there, not because they can't succeed, but because they can't tolerate being unseen. They need feedback to keep going. They need reassurance to stay consistent. But the ones who rise to the top are the ones who decide, whether anyone notices or not, I'm still going to execute. They detach their effort from attention and attach it to purpose. And here's the powerful part. When you work in the dark long enough, your skills grow faster than your reputation. Your strength develops before your spotlight arrives. So when the opportunity finally shows up, you don't have to scramble to prepare. You're already ready. While others are trying to rise to the moment, you simply step into what you've been rehearsing for in private. People will call it sudden. They'll say you came out of nowhere. They'll label it luck, timing, or natural talent. But they didn't see the years you spent laying bricks with no audience. They didn't see the days you chose growth over entertainment, discipline over distraction, progress over comfort. They didn't see the battles you fought with doubt, fatigue, and frustration when quitting would have been easier and nobody would have blamed you. Working without recognition also purifies your intention. It forces you to ask, why am I really doing this? If the answer is fame, attention, or approval, you won't last. But if the answer is purpose, growth, impact, legacy, then lack of attention won't stop you. It will protect you. It keeps your focus sharp. It keeps your ego small. It keeps your hunger alive, and understand this, the spotlight is heavy. Attention amplifies everything: pressure, criticism, expectations. If you haven't built strength in private, exposure will break you. That's why the hidden season is not punishment, it's conditioning. It's preparing your mind, your habits, your character to carry what you say you want. So don't despise the quiet. Don't rush the process. Don't measure your worth by how many people are watching right now. Measure it by how consistent you are when nobody is. Because one day, the same discipline that felt lonely will make you unstoppable. The same routines that felt boring will become your competitive advantage. The same silence that felt empty will become proof that you didn't need noise to become powerful. Keep building, keep refining, keep stacking effort on effort day after day, even when it feels like it's disappearing into nothing. Nothing is wasted. Every rep, every hour, every sacrifice is forming a foundation that cannot be shaken by sudden pressure or unexpected opportunity. And when the doors finally open, when the lights finally turn on, when the world finally notices, you won't panic, you won't doubt, you won't hesitate. You will dominate because you earned your strength where nobody could see it. Work in the dark until your results shine so bright they can't ignore you.